Hi folks, back with more ancient cosmography and let's see. So here's something that I think really proves the case. Like looking at this, I could tell that this was Australia and Papua, like just by seeing the shapes of these and knowing that ancient zoomorphic, anthropomorphic avatars often represented islands. I was able to figure this out, and then I figured out that this guy is like this guy, and that his front legs are Sulawesi, and back legs are Taiwan, back feet, and and then eventually I found out, so I knew like this is Papua, this is Australia. This is like from France, Lascaux Caves, 20,000-year-old paintings. And then, so eventually I realized that this is probably this right here. It's probably the Lesser Sunda Islands. And that this guy here is probably actually this long island right here. And then the bigger island at the end of it, which is Palawan and Busuanga. So I figured that out all from this, but then looking at another photo that actually uncovered more from it, it shows more. So like right here, this is from a version, this is I guess they uncovered that there was actually more paint there that was covered. I don't know if somebody tried to erase it or it was just smudged or what, but basically this is the uncovered version. So I hadn't seen this. So this is a good test, like if I'm just looking at this and it matches up with Palawan and Busuanga, and then I get a whole new trove of information, so that whether this new information lines up will tell us a lot about whether I was correct initially or not. And in fact, when we do look at it, it completely lines up, because this is well, yeah, here you go. So this is the bird. So the bird is Busuanga. It has like two separated, upper and lower beak right there, and tail going up here. And then this island here is either it's either this dark part of the tail, or it's a turd. Because, I mean, it looks a bit like a turd. Like, he's basically shitting, like, on this side. So, in fact, when we look at this, we find that, are there islands on this side that could represent shit? Let me count the ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million. Are there on the other side of this? Is it just, is it actually matching, or is it just because there's islands everywhere? I don't know. Let's look on the other side. Islands on the other side. There's that one little island. The little island, the exception that proves the rule. Like, whereas on this side, just as in here, we see, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turds. I'm sure we can at least find that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it depends how you count them or where exactly they are. There's less on this stretch, but then we see this pile that they show where all the turds just like psh, splash into a big pile or something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm pretty sure that is actually there. There's like a bunch of different little islands around here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, I'd have to zoom way in on it, but you can kind of see that there's a ton of little islands there. So just to explain for people who are not mathematically minded, the chances of that being just like the case without it being, showing a actual connection is just so little. It's like there's so many other things it could have been. So this just really, really proves the case that this is, a depiction of this region. And so yeah, he's just a bird shitting on a pole, sitting on a pole, shitting on a pole. So yeah, I mean, it could even include these over here, certainly. So it definitely fits, whereas there's nothing equivalent on the other side of Palawan. Yar. So there's the birdie, lower beak, upper beak, head, tail, pole, poo. Pretty straightforward. Palawan, Philippines with Busuanga. So to me, that especially clinches this if it needed any clinching. No, I didn't say clenching. Come on, people. All right, so that's pretty awesome. Here he is pooing away. Little Busuanga. And this is, be funny if this is the poo and not the tail, because it's named Colin. This island is called Colin. So, I guess that would be ironic. Don't you think? And my phone is going to cut. I think my phone only lets me go to like 9 or 10 minutes, so it'll cut me off soon, but I'll just try to show at least this one a bit. Oh, fuck it. I'll just put both of these on here. So I think this might be the best way to view it, because this way you have this guy is upright, and this guy is, I don't know. I feel like this is a relatively decent way to view the scene as one composite, instead of separate photos. This is the whole area of the earth. So you can see how their positioning actually matches both this and that. And then the main difference is that this guy is turned around, and this one is the little thing right here. So it's, of course, turned around. Busuanga. And so that's the famous shaft scene. And, as Australia, Wessel Islands, or the Spear, Papua, New Britain. I think New Ireland is actually included as the feet, because his heel sticks back a little bit, and that might represent that. New Ireland, Solomon Islands as the feet, Palawan as the pole, Busuanga as the bird, Sulawesi as the front feet of this monster god thing, Philippines as the body, and Taiwan as the back foot. So I'm trying to make images. It's hard to get images that show everything well, especially Busuwanga, is like such a fine feature that it's hard to make images that show it very distinctly, but I'm going to keep trying to find the perfect maps to show this. And